everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a team that can really move the ball. The Jets are top 10 in first downs, and they go up against a Falcons team that wants to control the game as well.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford, we are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Matt Ryan and the defending NFC champions, the Atlanta Falcons. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Lamar Miller. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Falcons. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 60 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now a second down throw for Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 6. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Second down, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to work. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Patriot! From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They will run again with Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 89 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second down following the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And here now come the Falcons. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And a first carry of the game here for Trey Mason. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Out of his end zone, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago, those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go?
Absolutely, that was a thriller. This is Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one good for 14 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, 20, 10, and it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Coleman now. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. On third down, it's Coleman, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. As they run the counter play. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Throwing, Rivers. He finds Coates complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now they try the right side here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. Going long for Coates. It's caught inside the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So we have reached halftime now. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
From the gun, Rivers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Ready. 4 down. Hey,
Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Travis Coleman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
Hey, Rocket!
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Rivers now from the 50. Flush to his right. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. From the gun, Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass. It's all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Miller. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Falcons on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back now here on EA Sports. Still 9 yards to go on third down. Again, it's Miller. And some room to maneuver. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see Todd Gurley wave goodbye. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Todd Gurley, 78 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this one's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And he's got some space here. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Ready, left,
handoff looking right. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem with me.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
They'll run with Miller. And some room to roam. Lamar Miller. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Lamar Miller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They run the counter now on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set, 380. Hey, got three down. Back 99, Philly, here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Time for a break. Back to finish finish it off on EA Sports after this. On third down, Miller. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up fourth down.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
So on fourth down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one fielded at the 5. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
I can't believe they even let you play. All right, here we go. Run 80. 555, 555. Hey, eat. Watch twist.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. As of now, it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. A big offensive explosion.